Do you guys hear that?
Is that boss music?
Go naked and just go with the sword, and that's it.
What do I do with all this?
It says it in the title.
Of course, it doesn't hurt that you kept winning those games. Well, hello. Welcome back to the Unearthing Games podcast. I'm your host, Nick.
And I'm Erica.
And we dig games. So, yeah, how's it going? What all have you been up to this past month?
Yeah, so May has come and gone. Can't believe it's already June. Not much really happened, I feel. A lot of crocheting, some knitting, but other than that, obviously some video games and board games we'll talk about, but
Yeah.
I don't really have too much to talk about.
Yeah, I know this past month we've been playing, I don't want to say a lot. A lot feels like a lot to say, but we've been playing quite a bit of Plate Up. You know, we've had several really good runs. I mean, good for us.
Yeah.
You look online and see people get to like overtime day 70 and stuff like that. And I'm like, I think the best we've done is like, what, 20, 25?
No, we've definitely gone into like 30 maybe.
You think so for overtime?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so we had some good runs. I would say like, I know some of it is a lot of fun, but it's really hard to automate. Like thinking about like our run on the coffee shop.
Yeah.
You know, how you start off by automating your coffee where you have to have like another coffee machine feed coffee cups into your coffee machine and stuff like that. And it gets
and
to
a
be
smart grabber to pull off just full coffee cups.
Yeah, to pull up just full coffee cups. And yeah, so it becomes a whole mess. And it makes it really hard to like fully automate it where, you know, you can do the whole, it's cranking out coffee cups, but then you still have to go and serve those coffee cups, you know? And I remember in the past, I think it was with pizza, where we had like this fully ridiculous automated setup where like plates of pizza were going out and the people would like grab them off the conveyor belt and eat them.
Yeah.
And then like the plates would be sent back via a different conveyor belt. And I don't even remember how we did it, but I remember doing it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And I remember it a lot of practice days, I guess, where it was finicky to get started. I think if the conveyor is going alongside the table and the people have already ordered, they'll take it from the conveyor, I think. Yeah. Kind of like a sushi restaurant, right? Like if you think about the ones with the conveyors.
Yeah, I think it was like that. And I think we had one of the, you know how you get to pick the two cards like every other day or something like that, where it's like, you have bigger numbers or add onion rings. And things like that.
Yeah.
I think we had one that was they immediately order.
I don't think so. I think we had the ordering terminal.
Oh, that could be
where you just kind of spam it
every so often
so that they order.
They order their stuff. Yeah, that's something. We had something like that.
Yeah, and we haven't gotten anywhere near that.
No, like we did so good back then, but I was thinking about how like the coffee and all that, how it's just fun, you know. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of a scramble, like you and me going crazy, where we had coffee, we had tea, we had iced coffee. We had to serve cupcakes. We had
milk,
we had sugar.
Yeah,
it was crazy, but you can't really automate that. Like the only way you can automate it is if you don't do really any add-ons, or I guess if you have metal tables.
Yeah, because then you don't have to worry about that.
But I think the metal tables only really negate appetizers.
It negates the sides.
Yeah.
Not the appetizers. Like if you have a soup starter, it won't negate the soup starter.
It's only if it's a burger and fries. You don't have to do the fries.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. So you would want to take sides then, but not other courses. I guess you could say. No
like
desserts.
the ice cream dessert. Yeah, you don't want that.
I forgot about ice cream. We haven't seen that in a hot minute.
We had it as an option. I was like, "There's no way we can do that."
We did. So you're right, but we had so many people, so we've been doing that. That's a lot of fun. We had a really good run with the coffee shop, which was great. We tried to automate fish, and that wound up being a bit of a cluster because the fish things change.
They rotate where they're at
which
each
is
day.
Nuts.
Even if you only have two things, which I don't get. Yeah. So that was a bit frustrating.
Your fish bins always wind up being something different. So that makes it a little tough unless you have a big space to set up like a smart sorting system.
Yeah.
But even then, like, I don't know.
Well, and I think my thought would have worked, but it was going to take up so much space. And a lot of the restaurants nowadays, I feel like, are really small.
They're very compact. We used to get like warehouse-sized places.
And I know you can like go and look for seeds that are bigger, but it's also fun to just pick one from the table, from the counter, the
Well,
options.
that's the beauty of Plate Up is that you want to just have some quick fun. Like, let's sit down and do a run of the game. And like, yeah, doing one run might take a little bit, but it's relatively quick.
Mm-hmm.
You decide, hey, I want to do salads. This place is good. Let's go. You know?
I will say, I have found with us doing these runs lately, I really hate food that has to have a plate. A coffee, a cupcake. What else doesn't need plates? It was something
Coffee,
else.
cupcake. Those are the two that come to mind. Tacos, but tacos had a taco tray.
Tacos had taco tray.
Well, but even then,
But you didn't give them the taco
yeah, you didn't
tray.
give them the tray, so you just gave them tacos.
Yeah.
And they just ate them. So
Yeah. I like those. I don't the dirty plate nonsense. It's just an additional a whole thing to do, and it's
I would say that,
time
that
consuming.
it's not bad, but that's when you need to have 3 or 4 players going. That way you have the cook, the server, the dishwasher.
The
know,
busboy.
Yeah, you have like your logistical chains, you know?
Yeah.
Like
And that makes sense. I think when we do it, we usually split up one chef, one
one's front
serving,
end, one's front of
cleaning.
house, one's back of house.
Yeah.
Is how we typically do it. And usually it winds up being you wind up being the dope chef and you're doing a great job and I'm struggling to be the server.
No, I
And
feel
you
like
come around and help me.
I feel like you do really good at serving because when I do the serving, I like ran out of plates because I wasn't washing things quickly. And so it was like, oh, well, it's over because I'm out of plates. I have no more plates to give these people.
Yeah. Well, I know we had that one run where we were starting to automate pizza that was going pretty well. I think it was plates that wound up killing us. Like we didn't have enough plates, and then
Yes.
we got the card that made your group sizes bigger. So we had to have groups of 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my god, what do we do? So that was a lot of fun. What else have we been doing? I know we started getting back into Minecraft again.
Yeah.
We took a little bit of a break.
We did start a new run with Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I started a sorcerer class.
And I'm doing a bard.
A bard.
I was going to say barbarian, but no, it's a bard.
You could make a barbarian.
No.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Well, and I the bard to me, at least in the game, seems like it's not really great at anything.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Like, it's not good at range. It's not good at melee. It's not good at magic, really, because it doesn't really have that many spells. So I think I'm playing it more as melee just because why not?
Yeah.
So I could do barbarian, honestly.
You could. Yeah. And I'm still trying to just figure out sorcerer. I don't quite know. It's wizard with less moving parts. I don't know. I don't know how to sum it up, but
Yeah.
because it's got the whole like meta magic points that I can spend with like, hey, for this spell that would only hit one bad guy, now you can hit 2. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Or, hey, do you need this spell to go an extra 15 feet? Just a little extra range? Spend a meta magic point. Things like that.
Yeah.
There was some cool ones. Like I saw one that was like you spend a meta magic point and basically it gives all of your allies advantage on saves from your spells. So if it's the whole like, I don't care how close the bard is, I cast fireball.
Yeah.
You would get advantage on your save, you know? I didn't do that to you.
No.
But that's
At
how,
least not yet.
that's how I read that that meta magic. So we started doing that. That was pretty good. We're still in Act 1. We're still early in Act 1. We're in we're halfway. We're like the Goblin Village.
We haven't gotten there yet. We also didn't do something. We left something. Oh, the windmill. The guy on the windmill.
Yeah, we have to go rescue him. We haven't gotten to that yet.
Well, I mean, we tried a few times and
Because
got
we're playing
murdered.
we're not playing honor mode. We're playing tactician, and it's still pretty hard. I applaud the people that play honor mode. Good for them.
Yeah, well, when you were like, which one should we do? And you're like, honor or tactician. I was like, we need to reset because we will die. And sure enough, we have died. So honor mode would not have worked at all.
Yeah. From what I understand, though, when you die, it's all like, do you do the honorable thing and delete your save, or do you save scum and it changes you to tactician?
Oh, well, then that's lame. Like, it shouldn't even give you the option. Like RimWorld Hardcore, where it's like that's it.
Well,
It's
but
over.
I like that they give you the choice, though. You know, where it's kind of
Nah.
like, do you really want to
I
save
guess
scum?
I guess it depends, right? Like if I'm all the way in Act 3 and something happens and we die and it's like all of these hours that I spent are all gone. I get that.
Well, yeah. I mean, but
But that's also why you just play in Tactician. You don't need
Yeah,
to do
it's like I
all
said, it's like when you're trying to do like a no-hit run in Dark Souls or something. It's like it doesn't matter if you're
Oh.
90% of the way through the game. You got hit, so your no-hit run is over. So I get it. But yes, we did that. So I got back to Minecraft. Other than that, it's been a lot of just chilling, like you said. Like I've been playing, like we've been playing some other games together that we'll talk about probably on the next episode.
Yeah.
But other than that, not a whole lot's been going down. The weather got nice.
Yeah.
Spring is finally
Sprung. It's a little warm now.
I mean, I guess yeah, we're getting closer to summer. So spring has been here, but now I'm
Spring has been here.
enjoying the weather outside where I actually want to be out in it. Or before, it still teeter-tottered between being way too dang cold and way too dang.
Yeah, I feel like up here, I mean, we're used to it just being hot all the time. Now that we're further north, it's not as hot all the time, and so that's nice. But it's also like some days it'll be 70s, and then it'll be like 50, and it's like, so maybe a little too cold to be outside. The 70 was nice, but now the 50, it's a, but now we're getting to consistently above 65, I'll say.
All right. So I guess with that, if you do you want to kick us off? You can start off with what video game did you bring for the table?
Yes. So my video game was Bear and Breakfast. This is developed by Gummy Cat and published by Armor Game Studios. It was released July of 2022, and it's very positive reviews. It says Bear and Breakfast is a laid-back management adventure game where you build and run a bed and breakfast, but you're a bear.
Hence the name Bear and Breakfast.
And the tags are cartoon, economy, life sim, relaxing, and cute.
I think I can agree with all of those tags from what I saw of you playing it.
Yeah. It's really cute. I think so you're a bear that you live in this wood that is completely abandoned by humans is the storyline. Because there was some big fire that happened years ago. Before we were alive. Or we live at home with our mom and two of our friends. A dog and a pigeon. And your mom tells you to go out and get some specific flower or herb or something from the nearby forest, and she's like, but don't go too far, right? And obviously you have to go too far.
Well, yeah, always.
Like it makes you go too far. You can't just get the thing and come back. Well, you find this weird little shark like
Like a little
a
wavy
terminal
arm
thing.
thing?
It's not a wavy arm. It's like a little terminal. And you push a button on it, and it's like a pyramid scheme shark trying to get you to create Airbnbs, basically. And so it's like, okay, you see this small little tiny shack, make it into a bed and breakfast. Add a bed, make a room, put the booking table inside the thing. And to do all that, you have to go and find other creatures in the forest. Like there's a beaver, I think, that is like the carpenter, because obviously
That makes sense, yeah.
And you bring him over and you figure out how to make the beds and stuff. And then you can talk to, there's raccoon, trash panda, yeah, raccoon, that he hoards leftover junk from when the people were around. So he'll have like area rugs and stuff, and so you can get decor things from him, and he trades based on trash. So if you bring him like apple cores and stuff, that's how you buy the mirrors and accent rugs and stuff.
So it's like that sofa, it's gonna cost you 2 banana peels, an apple core, and some dirty tinfoil.
Pretty much. But it's cute. It's a really cute art style. I had a hard time doing the first guest because it has you do like the bare minimum, right? Like you put a bed in there, you call that a bedroom, and that's about it. And it's like, okay, now, book your first guest. And it's like, remember, like your guests have needs. And if you don't meet them, then your reviews will be lower. Right. And so the needs are like hygiene, luxury, and comfort. I think that's it.
I think that kind of tracks for like our Airbnb experiences, Like, was the bathroom nice? Like, did I feel comfortable cleaning myself there?
Uh-huh.
Was it comfortable? Like, I felt safe and like cozy while resting there.
Yeah.
And I think luxury is just kind of like, a lot of people kind of look for that sort of kind of I don't want to say bougie experience when they're going to an Airbnb, but like something a little extra.
A little extra than you would get at home, at
Yeah.
least is what I would say. But so the only person that you go to your booking desk and it shows you what rooms you have and their stats. And then if you go to the next thing, it'll show like which visitors want to book your room. And it can be a list of people. Well, it was only one person. And the luxury that I had in my room wasn't going to meet their needs. But there was no way for me to increase the luxury because I hadn't met the raccoon yet. And it was just like, I didn't want to rent it out because I knew they were going to be upset with me.
But it like made you get it made your first review be a bad review.
Well, it wasn't even a bad review. I think it was still decent because I think as long as you're not like significantly below standards, I think you meet standards basically. And so it went fine after all. But like it took I played up until that point where I was like, well, the person's going to come tomorrow and I'm not good enough, right? And so I think I saved and quit at that point, and then it took me a while to come back to face them, and I did, and it was fine. But yeah, I feel like there's different pieces where it's like that, and maybe I was like rushing into the game. I don't know, but I felt like there were points where I was kind of just sitting around waiting for someone to come and rent my room. Because you need money to build the rooms. And the only way to get money is to rent out your rooms. Like, even though you have materials that you can collect in the forest, the tons and tons of building materials. And they all have like a gold cost, at least to the point where I was at. You couldn't just sell the materials or the furniture or anything that you made.
Okay.
You could recycle the furniture eventually once you get the junkyard, and it'll just give you half of what you used to make it.
Okay.
But
slight refund.
Yeah, but the only way to get money is to rent rooms. And and so it was like, well, I can't build more rooms until I rent the room.
Well, what do you use the money for if the raccoon trades in junk?
To build the rooms. So like to build the actual physical walls, you need to pay money.
And you're paying the beaver?
No, because you do it yourself.
Oh, it's just an arbitrary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the beaver, I mean, maybe it's technically the beaver because there's like in front of each of the abandoned buildings that you can convert into the Airbnb. There's like a little construction sign out front that's like his construction company. So I guess maybe you're paying him. But all the building and stuff you do in like a menu. And so you're like, okay, this room needs a bedroom. So you hit bedroom and it's like, okay, the minimum size is a 2x3. Like a little prison cell. It made me think of Prison Architect.
Which,
I was like,
you loved Prison Architect.
And I was like, all right, let's squeeze them all into this it was like a motel on the highway in one of the little areas. I was like, let's squeeze as many as we can into this place. So they're all in little 2x3 rooms, but each room costs a certain amount of coins based on the size.
Yeah.
And so the bigger the room, the more it cost. And it was just, I don't know, that's the part where I built rooms and then I didn't have enough money because it kind of guides you along too in what you need to build. It's like, okay, well, the first place you build is just one room. You don't need to do anything else to it. That's fine.
Okay.
Not even a bathroom, nothing. Just a bedroom. That's all it needs. When you go, my next one was the motel. And the motel wanted, in the little tutorial, because the little shark guy, he's in front of each of these buildings. he'll tell you what you need to do to make the building
like Shark B&B or something like that.
He tells you what you need to do to make it rent outable, basically.
Okay.
What people are looking for. And so he'll say, okay, you know, you need a bedroom. Okay, make the bedroom, or 2 bedrooms, or whatever it might be. And then he's like, oh, for this one, you need to make a distillery, which is basically like a hotel bar. And so I had to make like a little hotel bar, but I didn't have the money to build the room because not enough people had stayed with me, and I made too many of the little rooms. And so
You just had to wait for people to come stay.
I just had to get people to come and stay, and because some of the people will want a bar at their hotel. And so that brings certain ones in. And then it also wanted a bathroom. And so the bathroom can service an area based on how big the bathroom is. And so
it was like a communal bathroom?
Yeah,
or?
so I put one bathroom
Okay.
right in the middle, and then like 8 bedrooms.
So this is like more of like a kind of a hostel or something like
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Like a bunkhouse.
I was trying to get as many people in as possible because I needed the money. But yeah, and like once you do that, then it's like, okay, cool. Your next quest is to have 2 guests complete a stay. And so the guests can stay different increments of time. Like some will do a 1-day stay, some will do 2, 3. It depends. So I was going for all the 1-night stays, that way I can get the money fast. And yeah, and it felt a lot like just waiting around for stuff, because collecting resources, I had way more than enough resources for everything I was doing.
Okay.
And so it was never like, oh, I need to go find wood to build the bed. I already had it because I was just picking it up as I walked by. There's literal piles of wood.
maybe you were having a bit of the same problem that I had with Potion Permit last time, where the game wants you to slow down and like relax, take it easy, but we're, I don't know, too micromanagey or whatever it is that we do, where we're like, get all the resources, pick up all the things.
I mean, that could be, because then next to the motel, there's also like a abandoned diner. And so you meet someone at the gas station. It's like a bird. And she wants you to fix up the diner for the guests because it'll bring more people in, because they'll be happy about the food and whatnot. And so I started doing that, and it was like, okay, now you need recipes. And I was like, well, where do I get the food recipes? So I went back to that bird, and it's not her. You have to like talk to some other lady that opens a new part of the map. And in that different part of the map, there's like, it's more of like a cabin on a lake kind of location.
Okay.
And that's kind of where I stopped. But it's basically, you're going to fill out this old cabin, but it's like huge, like a mansion cabin, you know?
So you're starting to do like that, what was that, like lake cabin renovation? Remember we were watching it on TV where like one of the famous guy is like, he bought like 10 lakefront cabins, and he's like, I'm going to fix them all, and like watch the drama ensue.
Yeah, we need to go back to that. I don't know what happened to him. But no, it's one big lake house. Like it was like some retired captain's house that he would have his family at during the summers and
so
stuff.
Very nautical themed.
Well, so all the buildings are empty when you find them. So it's just full of trash. But like a big cabin where it made me think of Gilmore Girls, of the house, the inn.
Okay.
Like that.
More like a lodge.
Yeah,
like
but on a lake.
Okay, I could dig it.
And there you can also set up like outdoor camping spots, because some people want to camp, and so you can set up. It was having me set up like a s'mores station, so like a little campfire area, and I was like, okay.
Who doesn't love s'mores? I mean,
but the lady that's at that house, I can't remember what animal she is. She's an animal. She is tending to the gardens, and she's just like, just don't take food from my gardens. Apparently, once you get that house up and running, she can give you food recipes for the restaurant.
But you have to fix her house first.
Yeah. And so it's like, I think I want this to go faster than it's going, because you also like, you can sleep through the night to make it the next day, but you can't sleep during the day. And so there were times I would sleep at night, go over to my Airbnbs, get them all booked, get them cleaned or whatever needed to be done. And then it's like, all right, I need more people. I need to sleep, but I can't sleep because it's only the beginning of the day.
No hammock you could make to do a little daily snoozle?
Not that I saw. And I do get, like, once you're busier, So between each of these areas, it's a load screen. But you can, instead of walking the whole way, because he walks slow. I don't think he can run. I tried. I think I tried.
He looked like he's just a big old bear, like, you know.
He's just slow, and so you can build bus stations. So there are a few humans still left in this area. One is like a fire watch lady, park ranger kind of thing. And then the other one is a guy, and he's a bus driver.
So one thing I don't think we haven't touched on it yet was, so you're a bear,
Yeah.
and humans are staying in your bear B&B.
They don't really care.
So they're fine with the bear.
Well, so
Can they talk to the bear?
No, so because you have to go inside your Airbnb to book new guests and stuff at the table, because it has to be inside, because I thought about putting it outside and I couldn't. You have to go inside, and so you have to be near these people, and the only thing that they'll do is like a little text bubble will pop up with like a little scared face, and they'll walk away from you at a quick pace. They don't like full on run away from you, and they don't leave. They're just like, oh no, and they like go around the corner, and then you leave and they're fine.
Like we're staying, you know, at a cabin up in the mountains. The front door opens just casually. A bear walks in, starts using the telephone, and all we can be bothered to do is go to the bedroom to get away from them.
Well, what would you do? You're not going to fight the bear.
I'm not going to fight the bear.
You're going to run and hide.
That's fair. But I'm going to run and hide. I'm not going to casually.
I mean, they do kind of jog away. It's not, like I said, it's not full on sprinting away, and it doesn't scare. Because I was really worried that it would scare the person off and they wouldn't finish their stay and they wouldn't pay me. But no, they'll just be like, oh no, a bear, hide in the room for a little bit. And then come back out if you're still there. They're like, oh no, a bear. And they'll go back in the room. It's like, what did you expect?
Your reviews come in and it's like 4 stars, lovely place, great time. Don't worry about the bear.
You know, and so it doesn't matter. It doesn't really, you being a bear doesn't impact it. And you get to unlock clothes as you're doing these different missions. So I wonder if you're like fully clothed, if they'll react the same way, or if they just think you're a hairy guy.
Which, I mean, some people nowadays, I mean, growing your beard is like stylish.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it's cute. It's just I wanted it to go faster than I was going. Okay. And then, like I said, he walks slow, and so I can see maintaining all of your locations, because they're all loading screens away from each other. You can build the bus stops where you can just, it's still a bit away from the house that you're working on, but you walk to the bus stop and then you can just jump to another location. Again, still a loading screen, but at least you don't have to walk through.
Another interaction that I really want to imagine is just this bear getting on a bus.
Well, the bus driver's your friend. You're the one that rebuilt his bus stop and stuff. He's one of the only like people left in the place.
And he speaks bear.
No, he doesn't speak bear. The fire watch lady does.
Okay.
Yeah, to him you're just like brr, 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 and it's like, yeah, you know, that's right, I should do whatever. So but the fire watch lady, she's like completely understands, where the bear's like, what, you understand me? She's like, yeah, you're out here long enough, you learn things. It's like, okay.
It's like was it The Wild Robot, where she just like sits there and she's just listening to them like analyzing. It's like 20 years later she speaks animal. But so it's just bringing people back into the forest that they burned down in the first place, is what it seems like. So I don't, but all the animals are very happy that the people are coming back. Like the raccoon's ecstatic because he's like, more trash, because people leave trash. Capitalism.
You know, and then there's like a mob mouse family, and they're happy because they run the junkyard. Because again, more junk and stuff, and it's just interesting.
And if humans are good for 2 things, it's trash and junk. I mean.
So at least as far as I've seen, everyone's excited about the people coming back to the forest. I don't know if they're thinking about like how the fire started initially, because from everything I've seen so far, it seems like the people started the fire, and then the people all left, and the animals had to survive.
That's gonna be like the sad way the game ends, is like a fire starts and it burns down all your bear B&Bs.
Oh, I hope not.
And it's like, all right, well, now I'm gonna take that flower home to mom. That's the end of the game.
Well, and so the whole mom thing. So you go and you leave to get this flower or whatever it is. You run into the shark. You have to build the whole first Airbnb shack and have the guest stay the first night. And then it'll be like, oh, wait, mom. And then you go back to see your mom. And your mom's totally cool with it. I was gone for like 3 days and my mom did not care.
I mean, they live in the woods. I don't know.
But they had never left their immediate area.
Oh.
And so sending them off, because it's him and his 2 friends, which I don't know what happened to his 2 friends after the first Airbnb. They all like took off because I haven't seen them.
They didn't want to follow in their bear friend's entrepreneurial dreams.
Well, the pigeon friend is the one that put him up to it in the first place because he's all about the money. He seems very maybe like New York or Boston-y where
He's that kind of pigeon.
yeah, you know.
Yeah. All right. I could dig it.
If he had a voice, that's what I would imagine it as.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a fun game, slower paced. Maybe a little too slow for me at times, but it's cute. I might go back to it every now and then to keep building stuff, but I don't know. I don't know what the story would give.
Not as fully engrossed
Yeah.
as you would want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I thought it looked cute. I mean, I think maybe the managerial aspects are definitely something that I would probably enjoy because you know me, I love like a good little management kind of sim.
Yeah.
So maybe it's something I would go and check out. And you have this on Steam, right?
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Okay.
It does say economy, and I don't think like I said, I don't think I was able to sell anything.
Well, I mean, it's a trash economy, you know? You have to barter with the mice for their junk, and you have to sell trash to the raccoon for his stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a barter economy.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
So, bear and breakfast?
Bear and breakfast.
Yeah, that seemed really cool.
It is very cute.
Yeah. I do remember when you had the whole emotional dilemma about where you took like a week off of the game. You're like, all right,
I can't do it.
I can't do badly on purpose. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, so Bear and Breakfast seemed pretty fun. So my game that I brought for the podcast this week is one that I think I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to talk about it for real this time. Is Peglin. Peglin was developed and published by Red Nexus Games. And I guess with publisher, it also has Indie Arc, which I don't know. It was released in August of 2024, and that's when it had its 1.0. This one was in early access for a long time, like several years. So, so 2024 was when it had the 1.0 release, I believe. Because I know for a fact that this game has been around longer.
Yeah, so if you go further down, it says early access release date was April of 2022.
22. I was like,
so it was around for 2 years before it was fully released.
Yeah, which makes sense. So its tags are deck building, roguelike, and cute for me. Do you have any extra tags?
Yeah, pinball and 2D.
Pinball?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and yeah, both of those definitely apply. Its description is, Peglin is a pachinko roguelike. Fight enemies by collecting special orbs and popping pegs to deal damage. Acquire special relics that radically change the game and ensure no 2 runs are the same. Aim carefully to survive in this unique turn-based RPG. Yeah, I mean it's a lot of fun. Very much like it's that pachinko machine vibe. You're literally throwing balls at pegs. And just like it says, when you pop a peg, depending upon the ball that you throw at it, you deal X amount of damage. And so you want the ball to hit as many pegs as you can so that when you throw it at the bad guy, it hurts them more.
I was going to say, yeah, damage. It doesn't say anything about, I guess, carefully survive. It doesn't say anything about baddies or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, so the games, it is honestly kind of a compilation of several different games, like as far as its vibes and what it's doing.
Okay.
So the 2 biggest inspirations for it I can see would be Peggle. You know, if you ever got to play Peggle, the older game where it's literally just like a pachinko machine game where you're just, it's a pachinko machine kind of game. Like you're you're throwing a ball down. Your goal is to pop all the pegs in Peggle.
Yeah, to remove all the pegs on the screen.
And it's like, and the maps would get progressively weirder and more complicated where you'd have to get different shots and stuff.
Yeah, they
to pop
start
them all.
moving and stuff. Yeah.
So this definitely takes inspiration from that, because just like that one, you start off in the very top center and you can you have a little line that shows where your shot's going to go to begin. And you have to kind of do some guess geometry to be like, all right, how's it going to bounce? If I hit this one, will it bounce over and hit the critical damage one? Like, I hope so. Or they have, so on top of normal pegs on the board, you also have refresh pegs, which will restore pegs you've already popped. And you have critical pegs, which will basically let you do critical damage. Every orb has a regular damage and a critical damage amount. So most of the time, hitting a critical peg is good because it means you do more damage.
Okay.
So yeah, and then the second game that I would think it takes inspiration from is Slay the Spire.
Yep.
That classic sort of spider web, choose your own path.
Yeah, the spiderweb choose your own path. I remember first as FTL, but yeah, Slay the Spire is more so what this map looks like.
FTL is another classic roguelike, where you've got the branching path. It's the whole, I know that if I go that way, there could be a fight. There might not be. I mean, I don't know. This one makes it pretty cut and dry, where it shows little icons on the map where if it's treasure, it's a treasure chest. If it's a fight, it has a skull. If it's a hard fight, it's got a skull and crossbones. And then there are question marks, which could be a fight, could be treasure, could be something random, Just like Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire also had question marks that could be anything,
Yeah.
So definitely like that. So I love the whole branching path. And I think it's funny that even to whenever you finish an encounter, so if you fight a fight, when you're picking which area you want to go, you have to shoot the ball in the direction that you want to go. And so, depending upon how you ended the fight, you might have a lot of pegs blocking the route you want to go. And so it's all right, I really want to go left. Fires the ball. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Going right. Okay, well, I wanted to go left, but here we go. So it is insanely addictive. It's a lot of fun. Just like Slay the Spire, it's got 3 different areas you work your way through. I guess with Slay the Spire, you're working your way up the map kind of thing, you're going up. In Peglin, you're going down. And so you start off in a forest, and then you're in a castle, and then you go down into the mines under the castle kind of thing.
Well, I was gonna say, did you read about this game on the games page ever?
No, what does it say about the game?
So it says, the dragons have been popping Peglins and stealing all of your gold for as long as you can remember. Enough is enough. It's time to venture through the woods, conquer the fortress, and delve into the heart of the dragon's lair to take back what's yours and teach those dragons a lesson. Peglin plays like a combination of Peggle and Slay the Spire. The enemies are tough, and if you're defeated, your run is over. But you've got powerful orbs with special effects and incredible relics that influence both your enemies and the physics you'll use to defeat them.
Okay, I have not read that before, but that kind of sums up what all I'd been rambling on about, really. I do like that the plot is to fight the dragons.
Yeah, because the dragon is the final boss you can fight, right?
Yeah, there's 3 different ones, but I would say in my mind, the toughest one is definitely the dragon.
Okay.
He has the most health. I think his fight is definitely the most interesting, and he has the most health, so.
Yeah, but like you were saying, instead of going up a spire, you're going down into the dragon's lair. Yeah.
Which makes sense. That's cool. I was kind of wondering, I was going to talk about how, I wonder why the heck this goblin is suddenly going on a rampage,
He's not a goblin, he's a Peglin.
Well, okay, why this little Peglin is going on a rampage, Now I know, because the poor Peglins have been getting picked on, which he's an adorable little Peglin. This game is fantastic. So, on top of having the kind of choose your own path bit, you've also got basically 4 different classes you can pick from. So you start off with just the one. You have the basic Peglin.
Okay.
That each of them has a special ability. The Peglin's special ability gives them an extra option to choose from whenever there are options to choose. So it's you want to pick a relic from a fight. Instead of having just one relic to pick, you get 2.
Okay.
Or at the end of every fight, if you have coins, you have a chance that you can buy orbs to add to your bag. Usually you only get 3 choices. The Peglin gets 4. So,
Okay.
so the Peglin gets more choices of what to pick, but that can kind of, lead to the whole analysis paralysis. And they're the first one you get. The other three you have to unlock by doing special things with the orbs you get, because the Peglin is kind of the catch-all. He gets orbs from basically all of the other classes.
Oh, okay.
The other classes kind of all have like special niche orbs that only appear for them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But they'll also, most of them will also appear for the Peglin. But the other three, we have the Balladin, then we have the Roundrel, and the Spinventor.
What's the round? Oh, like a scoundrel.
A scoundrel. He's a Roundrel.
Okay. Like a rogue.
Everything. Well, 90% of the things in the game are fun puns on balls, spheres, something.
Yeah.
I love it. It makes me.
Well, and I think it was, what is it that doesn't have a ball themed thing? Because there's different, so like, on top of just doing base damage, you can do different additional damages or get, like bonuses, like strengths and stuff.
Oh, yeah, because it's like, Macircle, I think, is like, it's like the muscle one that gives you better, like regular damage. Then there's Spiness that gives you better critical damage, and there's Ballance, which gives you both. But yeah, there's one status effect. I think it's just poison.
Yeah, it was poison, where I was like, everything else has like a ball or sphere punny kind of name, and then there's poison.
I was wrong. I literally just thought of it. The game tells you it's called Spinfection.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's Spinfection.
Then it's not that, it's blinding.
I think it is blind. Because blindness is just blindness.
Yeah.
There's no fun thing to it.
There's no punny.
Because it's like,
name.
I don't know what you would call that. Because like the different status effects that you can do, like there was like Spinfection, Transference, which like lets when you hit one, part of your damage will go through it and hit the one behind it.
Oh, okay.
There was Critable or something like that, which is like where criticals deal more damage to them or something like that.
Okay.
There's a bunch of different status effects that you could apply to things. But yeah, it was blindness.
It's just blindness.
Just blindness.
There's nothing fun about that.
Oh, it was another Ballusion. Ballusion.
Ballusion.
It was like your ability to dodge attacks is great. And so so I really liked that. And so, oh gosh, I was rambling. Back to the classes. So there's the Balladin.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And their whole thing is they build up Bulwark, which I think is like bulwark kind of thing, like
shields.
Like shields.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Their whole thing is like they can build up shields, and like the special balls that they get are more like weapon focused. So like they have a sphere, like it's like a spear, but it's a sphere. And they get like there's like a swarb and all kinds of stuff like that.
Swarb.
Yeah. Like a sword. It's a sword, but it's a swarb.
Oh, I was thinking more like swole kind of a thing.
So that's their whole thing is like, so they get stuff where they can, like I said, they have like shields to protect them from damage. So they have like a tanky build kind of vibe.
Okay.
And the way you unlock them is by, I think when you're playing Peglin, you have to have end a battle with like 30 shield or something like that.
Okay.
Because Peglin can get a couple of the balls from any of the decks,
I think that's interesting because Slay the Spire has different classes, but that isn't the thing. They can't. The one that you start out with doesn't. I guess you don't start out with one. You have the option for all of them, and the main one doesn't get the cards from the other.
Yeah, no, they don't, because you just with that one you just pick one of the ones, like, I mean, there's the names, but it's red, green, blue, purple.
Yeah,
and the colors don't mix. Unless there's like a special artifact that lets you get cards of any color.
Yeah, so I didn't know that was the thing in Peglin, that the Peglin, the OG guy, can do any of the other ones.
Yeah, his ball selection is he gets a little bit of everything. I think there are still some that are unique to just those ones, but he can do basically kind of any of the strats.
Okay.
Like the Peglin could build up shields. He could do status effects like the Roundrel.
Mm-hmm.
The Roundrel special thing is that he deals status effects, so he can apply poison, blindness, any of that stuff to the baddies. So that's his kind of special thing. And then the Spinventor is about having unique ball, like unique spheres. So
Oh,
like for
okay.
like when if you have a sphere in your bag that is the only one of its kind,
Yeah.
it does bonus damage. So you
Okay.
want to have a bag full of unique orbs. And the ones that appear in his bag but not most of the others are like the different slime balls,
Oh,
where they're
okay.
like after, every fifth peg you hit, apply a bouncy slime or apply a double damage slime, and it just changes the color of the peg. And so you can hit it a couple of extra times and it'll have like a goofy effect. Like the bounce one makes the ball bounce off of it more than it would normally.
The normal. Okay.
So, yeah. And so, like I said, they all have their own little strategies. I don't remember how I unlocked the Spinventor. I think it had to do with slimes, honestly. I think it was like apply 30 slime in a match or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or in a fight. And I think the roundrel was, apply 20 poison to a single bad person or something like that.
Okay.
And so, yeah, and so they're all doing the same thing. They're all fighting for Peglin rights, taking on them dragons and stuff like that.
Fighting for Peglin. You didn't even know that backstory.
I didn't even know it, but now I love it. Now he has righteous cause for his people. It's great.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. I know we first got into it by watching Angry Tom,
Yes.
and he's still playing it, and I still love watching it. But now it's like now that I play it too, it's like I understand what he's talking about, and I'm like, oh yes. And like all the goofy artifacts, like the artifacts aren't all ball puns. Like the spheres that you get that you add to your bag are all typically ball puns and stuff like that. But the artifacts you get, like the relics, the bonus providers,
Mm-hmm.
are all more like goofy references. Like Betsy Hedge is a relic that lets you. It's like for every crit you have on the board, your attacks deal like an extra +2 regular damage. That way, like if you don't hit the crit, your attacks are still going to do more damage, because it's like hedge your bets. It's a Betsy hedge.
Oh, I was like, what is it a reference to? I get it.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like waiting for like the punchline. I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a Betsy. It's hedge your bets.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there was like the something pincer, it's the pincer maneuver, but it's like a little crab claw, like a pincher.
Okay.
And it lets you whenever you attack, your damage is split in two, and you attack one person from the front, and then it hits the person in the back of the line too. So it's a pincer maneuver where you're going at both sides.
Yeah.
So the artifacts are all kind of goofy little references and stuff, which I think is pretty fun. I've played a ton of it. It's got after you beat the game on normal, it unlocks a hard mode, I guess you could say, challenge mode. It calls it the Crucible.
Yeah, like a crucible.
The Crucible. Yeah, just
Crucible.
like how I think Slay the Spire had ascension levels or something like that. So it's like that, where basically it starts applying arbitrary difficulty things.
Challenges.
Yeah, challenges. Like it starts off low where it's like, okay, less gold appears on the map, and bosses have more health. Elite battles are more likely to occur and things like that.
Okay.
And then as you get farther and farther into it, it starts to get more and more like even less gold appears. Everyone deals more damage to you.
Yeah.
Everything costs double. So it's like on top of there being less gold, now everything's more expensive. So it's like, what is this, inflation? Like,
just like a fun little challenge
Yeah.
mode, I guess. Once you've already done the base game,
yeah.
I'm sure at like just base level, once you know what to do, it's pretty easy to win.
Well, and that's one thing that I kind of understand. Before, like we would watch Tom play it in his videos, and I kind of never really understood when watching him. Like sometimes he just picks random stuff, and it's like, why would he just take something random instead of going with like the thing he knows works?
Yeah.
And it's because like I get it, because like, yeah, that the refilibuster artifact is good, and that's one that basically whenever you hit a refresh, for every peg that it gets restored, deal 1 point of damage to all the enemies. So,
okay.
So if you've knocked a bunch of pegs off the board, when you hit refresh, it's going to deal a ton of damage. It's a strong artifact. It's solid. So it's like you're always going to go with that when you see it. It's like, well, yeah, but if you always go with it when you see it, you'll never see what the other artifacts do, So
That's fair. Yeah, you have to experiment and do things differently. Just because you found a thing that works,
yeah,
it's not going to work every time.
yeah,
And against every boss, because the bosses for each of the 3 phases are random, right? Like
yeah.
in Slay the
There's
Spire.
like two options for every floor on what the boss could be,
Okay.
or 2 or 3. I think it depends. I think the first stage has 2 bosses, and the other 2 stages each have 3, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think there's a third one for the forest, but because I've only ever seen 2.
Okay.
But yeah. Oh no, there is 3. I remember. Yeah, there is 3. Sorry, I just remembered that third one. I don't fight him very often. Whenever he appears, I don't get that far.
Wow.
But I'm not gonna say I'm good at the game. All right, I've only made it to like Crucible level 9 out of 20. So
Okay.
like, I do all right.
I mean, you're still doing good, and it's entertaining, which I think is the important part.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun. Like it's really like I feel like you can play it and you don't have to give it too much thought. Like I don't feel the urge to like look up builds for it or kind of strategize or anything like that. I think the game is very intuitive. So it's really easy for you to look at different things and see how they would play well together and what kind of stuff to build upon.
Okay.
Like the game makes it really easy to figure out strategies that you can put together, you know? And I think that's pretty cool. Like so like there's like I know I've done a couple of different builds where it's kind of like a money hoarding build where you don't want to spend, you want to save your money because you get like there's one ball I like that was like it's called Spintress payments,
Okay.
where the ball does more damage the more money you have in your bag.
Oh, okay.
So like it's like for every I think at its base level it's like for every 28 coins you have, you know, add +1 you know, to your ball.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but as you upgrade it, then it's like for every, you know, 20, for every 15 you have in your bag. And so like your balls are dealing a lot of damage at that point. Like, especially if you build up your gold amount, like you don't spend as much. And so like, then there's a lot of artifacts you can get where it's like, oh, when you hit a gold when choosing travel paths, get 4 gold instead. You know, so it's like if you don't pop all the gold when you're in the fight, the gold will still be there when it's time to leave, and you can try to like pop some of those pegs to get yourself a little extra money before you go. It's like, okay, well, those are now worth 4 gold, so now you kind of want to save some of them to the end, so you get a little bit extra, and then you can get one that was like I think there was an artifact called like Sprouting Investment or something like that. That basically whenever you go to a question mark, your gold will increase by 20%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you just want to hit all the question marks.
Yeah. And
if you have that very specific combination.
It's very niche. Yeah. But, and so like you kind of want to aim for them. And like sometimes it makes it really clear where like, you know, you can pick a path of how you want to go. And there's kind of pros and cons to choosing to have a fight versus going to like the random events and stuff. Cause like going to the fights gives you opportunities to make money and to buy balls to add to your bag.
Yeah.
Where the question marks are just random stuff. They might add balls to your bag. They might remove some.
They might be fights.
Yeah. You might get money. You might not. It could just be something random. Like I had one where it was like, you're in a grove. Would you like to tend the garden? And it's like heal 25 hit points. Fertilize the roots. And it's like add +7 to your max hit points or leave. And I'm like, why would I just leave? I was like, what?
What is the downside
There's
here?
no downside to this. And I guess there are some strats where you want to be hurt more.
Right.
Because there are some artifacts where it's like, when you're at 25% health, deal quadruple damage. And it's like, what? It's like, yeah, you're about to die, but you're going to take them down.
You're going to go down fighting. Yeah.
And so there are some strats that go with that. And there's so many different strategies, and I love it, and I'm still figuring some out. It's a lot of fun. I really I love it. It works so well on the Steam Deck.
Oh yeah, you have been playing that a lot on this.
So because it's like when I have a break, it's like, okay, my lunch break from work. I went, ate my lunch. Okay, well I still have 30 minutes left. I'll pull up some Peglin and play part of a run because 30 minutes may not be enough for a full run, but I can get through the first.
Depending on how well you do.
It's true. So I love that. It's easy to take on the go. It has a cute soundtrack, fun sounds and stuff like that. Different pegs make different noises. It's a lot of fun. I have really enjoyed playing it, and it definitely is definitely I think it's in my top 5, right? I think I said that. I don't remember. If not, it definitely needs to. It's a contender for my top 5.
Oh, I don't know. I assume you had it in there. You've been playing that one a lot.
Yeah. So, Peglin by Red Nexus Games. I cannot recommend it enough. If you like roguelites and just fun little interactions, if you're good at geometry, and you can kind of guesstimate where you think things are going to bounce, then this thing is right up your alley. I am not so good at geometry, so sometimes I have make really good shots, and sometimes they just fly right into the bottom. But I always hit at least one peg.
I mean, that's all that counts, right?
Yeah, that's what counts. But yeah, so those were our 2 video games. So we played
Bear and Breakfast.
and Peglin, and then our board game for this time is Fire in the Library. Now I know you got the page pulled up for it, so if you want to tell us a little bit about who developed it and all that.
So Fire in the Library, published 2019. Designers are Tony Miller and John Prather. Artist Katie Cow, John Merchant, and Beth Sobel, and then published by Weird Giraffe Games.
Weird Giraffe. Okay, that's where we knew it from.
Yeah, I think when I kickstarted Gifted Tulips, which we haven't played through yet, Fire in the Library was one that you can add in to your pledge.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I got that, because Gifted Tulips is a Weird Giraffe Games.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I know that name. I was like, we've done Weird Giraffe before.
Okay, and so it says, fire. The books are aflame, and history is burning before your very eyes. Fire in the Library is a press your luck game in which players must try their best to rescue books and accumulate knowledge. The game is played in rounds with a variable turn order in which earlier players have more risk but a higher possible reward. Everyone starts with tools to help mitigate their luck or change the probabilities for their opponents. Gain more tools when your luck runs out or if you take the safe route and exit the library before things get too risky. Hurry, as the game ends immediately when any one wing of the library completely burns. Take your chances, be the bravest, and save books in Fire in the Library.
Starting off, I do think the artists did a fantastic job on this game.
It's very pretty.
I think the artwork looks really great. I love that the 4 different decks that kind of make the center of it, like the four wings of the library, all fit together into a pretty picture.
A big picture.
And
yeah.
I love that. But yeah, so.
Yeah, 1 to 6 players, 15 to 30-minute playtime, age 8+.
Okay, I could see that. It's not super complicated. You do need to be able to read.
Yeah, that's right.
Because the tool cards all have descriptions and stuff to them.
Yeah.
I will say I enjoyed the press your luck kind of mechanics of it. Like, it talked about the variable turn order, and I like that too, where basically you get to decide, I think it's in the order of it starts off with whoever has the lowest score gets to pick a card first.
Yes.
And then everybody else gets to pick a turn card. And you've got these turn order cards where it's like first turn, second turn, third, fourth, however many players you have, and then some. And it talks about the whole risk reward thing, where, okay, I'm not doing so hot. I need to get points,
I was going to say that that all doesn't make sense unless you know the mechanics of the game. So the mechanics of the game, each player turn order card has 6 slots on it.
Yes.
And each slot is a potential book that you can save. The way you save books is there's a little bag of cubes with different colored cubes. And you pull blindly from this bag. On top of there being books in that bag, there are also fire cubes. And the fire gets more and more prevalent throughout the game. So there's more and more fire cubes in the bag as you go through. So you're pulling random blocks out of this bag. And so that's the press your luck type thing.
Yeah. The blind draw.
Yeah, the blind draw. So if you choose to go first, you have basically there's one safe space where if you just get one book and choose to leave, then you're fine. You get to get a tool and that's it. And you score your book. But every space after that has a little flame under it. And if you pull a fire while you're on a flame space, you instantly burn down part of the library.
Yeah.
And that's determined by, I think, the lowest number on the library cards.
I think so.
And so the second player, instead of one space that's safe, they have two spaces. So if you draw a fire in the first space that's only a tool, that's fine. The fire's not spreading. You can draw again. And the further out you go, you have more safe spaces. So you can draw more and more books without the risk of burning down the library.
Yeah.
If you do draw 2 fire cubes, then the library burns anyway. So even if you have 4 safe spaces, if 2 of those are fires, the
fire still spread.
Yeah, it still spreads.
And that instantly ends your turn when you draw.
Yes.
Because like it could be like you drew fire, you drew fire. Oh, well, that's it for your round. You know?
Yes. And so it is really a presser. Like if you draw 1 fire and then you draw 2 books, it's like, do I risk it again and see if I can get another book? But if I get a fire cube, then that's it. And so it's like, I think I'm going to just score my books and go.
Yeah.
And the scores of the books are different. There's 4 colors for the books.
Yeah.
And that's based on what section of the library you get.
Yeah, like they're all like
in.
genres like fantasy and history and something. And...
Yeah. But the scoring changes throughout, because if a section is burning down faster, those books are going to be worth more because there's less of them left.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
But I think that also kind of has a play on, because like once one section burns down, it's over.
Yes.
And I think in the beginning, I think if you just draw, no, there's something that like that determines, I guess, is it always just the lowest number card on the decks? Or is it something like, okay, well now you caused purple to burn, and so purple burns down more?
I think there's 2 ways. I think it's the lowest card, and then there's another way where it's book specific, but I can't remember exactly how that works. And then at the end of each turn, so everyone gets a go at pulling from the bag.
Yeah.
Then one of the lowest section will always burn down, because the game can't go on infinitely. Like the library needs to burn down.
The library is burning down no matter what.
Yeah.
And
then the tools that you get are things that can help you, like it might be a bucket of water or whatever. So if you pull a fire cube, you can say, oh, but I have a bucket of water, so that fire cube doesn't exist on my card.
Yeah.
But yeah, different things like that.
And so, yeah, and I think it's kind of neat, like you saw, going back to those tools, like, you have the sort of anti-fire tools, right? Like you have the ones that'll like protect you from the fire while you're going. But then you also have ones that you can use to help you bank more points. Like I know there was one that I think you got that was the collector's edition.
Yes.
Where you put 1 color cube on it that you already have on there, and it stays on there for the rest of the game.
Yes.
And then it's like, okay, well, whenever you get this color, score it twice, basically.
Yeah, it's worth double,
and
which is interesting because, like you said, it's a collector's edition.
Yeah.
What were some of the other interesting? Oh, there was one that I was very confused on, but it basically lets you choose when to choose the starting card. So generally, the player in last place
picks theirs first.
But the one card I had was like, when it's your turn to choose, you could put books on the remaining cards that are out there. And then, or draw random cubes and put them out there. And then you can choose your card after you draw those. So if you drew a fire and you put it on card 2, I'm not going to take card 2. I'm going to take card 3.
And then you're basically screwing over whoever's left with the second player card.
So I thought that was interesting because I think the player in last place has the most to gain, right? Like, so letting them choose, do you want to take the riskiest card for more points, or do you want to play it more safe and take maybe one of the later cards? So it's interesting. And then for each of the fire spaces on the cards, it goes up by like 2 points. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, and that's how much additional points you get to score if you end on that.
So it's
section.
a risk reward thing. So it's like, do you risk it and build up into those danger zones?
Yeah.
And so, and I know you won with our run. I think you had the higher score at the end of it, but it was pretty cool.
It's interesting. It's a lot of fun. It's a very quick setup.
Very quick setup, and it seems like very quick play. I mean, we were
Yeah.
playing just the two of us, but even then, I don't think this game would really be that much subject to analysis paralysis.
No, because it's literally just, I mean, other than should I do it? Should I not? Should I take another cube and risk it? I have one fire.
But that's
like
that's
those
kind of just a
internal
mental
thoughts.
coin toss, you know? I mean, at the end of the day. And I know neither of us is really the kind of player that is going to target the other one. Like, we're not doing the whole card counting, how can I make sure Erica fails? It's less about me thinking of how to stop you getting points and more about me focusing on how do I get more points.
Yeah.
Which I know, like, I'm sure there are tools in there that maybe we just didn't get to that
I think there are. I think there was
offensive.
Yeah, there was one that I had, I think, where it was like a slingshot or something, where basically you can take one of your fire cubes and throw it onto one of your opponent's cards. So, like, if I pulled a fire, it's like, nope, that's Nick's now, and now you have a fire on your card. So,
Okay.
good luck.
So there are some offensive measures, but it's not
Yeah.
the focal point of the game. And I think that's kind of fun that it ties into, you know, we are all, at the end of the day, we're all just librarians trying to save knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, save as much of the world's knowledge as we can before it burns down.
Yeah. Well, and I think what's interesting too, I think, like you were saying, there is a mechanic where the color that's burnt down is based on something that you've drawn. And I think it makes sense in that if you're in that section pushing things around, trying to save books, maybe you push over a burning book onto another pile of books. And so more fire spreads in that section. So I think that makes sense too with that mechanic.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it is that does that.
Yeah,
but-
I'm drawing a blank on it too, but I know that's a thing because I remember as we were setting it up, not all of the decks are the same height.
Right.
Like,
so,
I think the purple deck specifically is shorter
yes.
than the other ones. Like, they're worth more points,
Yes.
but it's a risk of, like, you've ended the game because you burned the purple deck.
yeah, if everyone's going for purple and keeps spreading fire in purple, then it's gone.
Yeah.
And the game's over and no one wins. But yeah, so there are more cards. It kind of cascades down. There's probably like 8, 6, 4, something.
Yeah.
Cards in play for each of the sections, and the number of cards is also how many points the books are worth.
Yeah.
The less cards, like we were saying, the more the books are worth because there's less now to save,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. And I like that the game's ending is still sort of player decided, you know?
It definitely is, and I was just thinking about that. If you had a huge lead, right? Like, there's no way these people are catching up, or maybe it's a lead enough.
Okay.
You could just be like, I'm just drawing. I don't care what I get. I don't care if I burn down the library. I'm trying to burn down the library.
And at this point, yeah, you're trying to burn it down. You're
Yeah.
like, let's burn this mother down. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm ahead. Let's end the game now, kind of a thing, which is a thing that you could do.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way, but you're totally right. Like, I guess we just don't, neither of us play that way.
No.
But that absolutely could be a strategy. Like you said, if you have a strong, we'll say 20-point lead.
Well, I was going to say, and the second time we played, we didn't finish because
I
the
think one of
girls
the
were
girls
going
were having
crazy.
a fit outside.
Yeah.
Um,
But you had a pretty substantial lead. I was always last. You could have taken the first turn order card each time and just drawn until you burned something down. And I don't think I would have caught up with you.
Yeah, it's fair. But like I said, I guess we just don't. I don't typically think that way.
Yeah.
Not usually a scorched earth kind of player, you know.
No one gets these books. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's quick. 15 to 30 minute. I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, and I really love easy setup. It's like 3 decks of cards or 5 decks of cards. You have the 4 that are in the middle that are the library.
Yeah, and those are like the bigger, like tarot sized cards.
Yeah, and then you have another deck of cards that is the items.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then a bag of blocks.
A bag of blocks, yeah.
It's really easy setup, and
And
really
the box is the one that we have, at least it looks like a book.
Oh, yeah, it's
so
really
I think
cute.
that's cute.
And I like that it folds open, and then like the inner cover of the book is the score tracker.
Yeah.
And it's got little meeples that you put on there to mark your score person, and it's just really well set up.
Mhm.
I don't think it's very expensive. Like it's cheap, fun, it's
Yeah, I don't
good.
remember.
and Weird Giraffe games. I mean, they seem to make a lot of fun stuff. I know we have several other Weird Giraffe things in the queue
Yeah, we do.
that I'm looking forward to digging out. But this one's been a lot of fun. I really liked it. Um, yeah, Fire in the Library.
Fire in the Library. Yeah, so we've got Bear and Breakfast, Peglin, and Fire in the Library.
Yeah, it's been a fun month. May flew by. I'm looking forward to. I think we got some fun stuff lined up for June, so I'm excited for that, and I can't wait to share that with everybody. So, I guess with that, we'll head off. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.